right, guys, welcome to our match day 2 recap. What's going on? So, a few important details for what's going on with the CAF's U17's championship that's going on as we speak. We're going to talk about some of the games that happened in match day 2. As you can see, some of the scores are there. CAF has 10 slots for the World Cup that's happening later this year. So, how they're doing qualification is they're still going to have a championship round, they're still going to name a champion, but your top three slots in each group become very important. So if you finish top two in your group, that's an automatic bid towards the World Cup, the U17 World Cup. All the third place teams will play each other in a playoff, and the winners of those so two matchups, and the winners of those will make up teams 9 and 10, respectively, to represent the Confederation of African Nations. So third place matters here. So when we talk about these results, that's why some of these groups, they are jockeying for second, but some of them are just trying to jockey for third. So let's talk about the games that happened here. So as you see on the screen, you had Cameroon drawing with South Africa 0-0. Eventful, fun game, but not much in terms of score. As you can see, Uganda keeping themselves alive with a 3-0 victory over Tanzania. A lot of reds in that game. Burkina Faso became the first African team to move forward and qualify for the U17 World Cup. Lukman Tapaso, I think I said that wrong. I'm pretty sure I did. But a lot of Lookmans in the world. All the Lookmans. But he scores, and he's been the face for Burkina Faso. Tapsoba, my apologies. Lukman Tapsoba for Burkina Faso scores the winner in the 69th minute. Then Egypt gets one back. But that game ends 2-1. So Burkina Faso become the first team to move forward in their competition. Zambia, Morocco drawing 0-0, keeping Zambia alive. And Morocco, with a 5-0 victory, still working, still alive in that sense. Gambia, a good boost to get them back into the thick of things, beating Somalia 5-1. Lots of goals. They were trying to run up the score to make sure they were getting close to that second and third place spot, so they are alive. Tunisia and Senegal playing to a goalless draw, as did Angola and Cote d'Ivoire, and then Mali becoming the second African nation. We're seeing Mali doing well at this youth level. Now it's going to be the question of can they translate that to the senior teams? But Mali becomes the second team now to qualify from Africa in terms of their groups, in terms of what they're looking to do. So what does that do now for groups? Let's take a look at what that looks like here. So in Group A, Morocco, as they are standing right now, Morocco and Zambia at the top of the group have 4 points each, with Uganda with 3, meaning their last matchup, which as you can see here, Uganda versus Zambia, and then Morocco versus Tanzania. Uganda versus Zambia. I think that's a big pivotal swing game because that's a battle for automatic berth versus playing in the third place matchup. That's what makes this very interesting. I think that'll be a fun one to watch, and that's going to be happening on the 6th Sunday, so keep in mind there. Group B, we already know Burkina Faso have moved on. Right now, as it stands, South Africa will be playing, at least worst case scenario, for a spot in the World Cup playoff with 4 points because Egypt cannot catch them in terms of an automatic berth, but they are still alive. Egypt is for the playoff game. So with their third matchups, Egypt versus Cameroon is a very big game. Winner of that game gets to live another day. The loser of that game is going home. But then Burkina Faso and South Africa, it's a bragging rights we're playing for. So it'll be interesting to see how those two teams treat that. In Group C, Tunisia, Senegal, two solid sides. They are going to be playing themselves. No, they already did play themselves. That's what we got, the scoreless draw. So with the Gambia have a big game playing Tunisia. If they can get a win or at least a draw, they guarantee at least a third place spot. Somalia needs a win in prayer to make it through. We'll see if that happens. In Senegal, again, at least where they sit, worst case scenario, one of them will finish in third. So 5 points may not be enough. They want to get the 6, and Senegal will be playing Somalia final. So I expect Senegal to win that game. But then that Gambia-Tunisia matchup seems like it's the tasty, high-stress game. And then Group D, Mali, Cote d'Ivoire are there. Mali, as we know, are qualified with 6 points. No team can catch them, at least. Worst case, if they finish with 6 and Cote d'Ivoire pass them, they are still going to the World Cup. Angola and Central African Republic, that's where the matchup is. And it looks like Central African Republic are sitting kind of where they are. They've lost 6-1 to Cote d'Ivoire, and then they lost 2-0 to Mali. So for Angola, it's just secure a win or even a draw, and they should be fine. They only need a draw to move forward. That's where it'll be interesting. And then moving after that, it's going from there. So those third place matchups, all the games matter at the end, and they're still doing a competitive playoffs brackets to crown a champion, which is something that we haven't really seen much. CONCACAF here in North America have been switching their formats, different formats for different competitions. This one is interesting. It keeps it alive, especially with the amount of teams that are playing. It makes every group game matter, and I'm really looking forward to it. As for you guys, what have you seen? What has stood out to you? Who are the teams that are looking well for you? We'll wrap it up here. Let me know what you think. And as always, I'm going to stop talking right here.